Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and I'm Cherry Divine. How are you? If you're out there, which I know you are out there, go ahead and do the thumbs up, wave at me because I'm waving at you. And we're saying hello one more time because we're finding out that our intro is being cut off a little bit. So I want to make sure everybody is welcomed. Everybody is, oh goodness, I'm not even going to have a word for that. That you're just all acknowledged. That's what I'm saying. So it is a great morning, and my wonderful friend Nancy is here with me. Nancy, would you like to say hi to everybody too?
Hi, everybody too.
Funny woman. So,
All
hey,
right.
we
Well,
have a list of questions today, but we have some other conversation to have first.
besides about my mic that's not muting itself, right?
That's right, but oh well.
All right. Okay, I'll try and be good. So we had a question that I thought was a good conversation starter. So Andrea asked about guidance on how to tell if a thought is from intuition or from imagination. And I realize those two things overlap sometimes, but if I'm asking myself a question, sometimes I get multiple answers and they're swirling around my head. You know, they're not fear-based. They're just different courses of action. How do I discern which answer, which course of action is my highest and best? And the reason I chose this to get started is that we get a lot of people asking for your advice of what they should do on things that sometimes seem like um, well, they kind of know the answer. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they're just wanting your blessing. I don't
Validation.
know. So,
Validation.
validation. Okay.
And so, and that's where we're with that point of thing. Can I really talk this morning? Crackle just went on in this, but that's where we don't trust what comes to us. That's where we've been taught to be out of our power and to look outside of ourselves for all of the answers. And so, one of the things to remember is your imagination is connected to the memory portion of your brain. And we are taught early on to shut off our imagination. How many times have you heard, will you just grow up? That's your imagination. Oh yeah. Over and over again. Well, you've got to look at the real world. Get out of your imagination. Your imagination is actually connected at a higher frequency, a higher level, and is in tune with who you are, your essence. And where Andy was talking about, getting one answer and then others come in different ways, this is a part of your own intuition coming in, because we don't give ourselves just one way to do things. We give ourselves several. And so it's sitting with each of those and asking for further information. If you apply this, if your guidance is this one and you apply it, what would you do to carry it all the way through? This allows you to step back into your personal power. And this is coming in different for Andy than with other people because of the steps she's taking on her spiritual path. And that's something to understand. It's all about empowerment and saying you have the freedom to choose. And I love that she mentioned that there was no fear in any of this that was coming forward for her. When it's in ego, a lot of times it's very fear-based, worrisome. It'll come with conflicts. That is not, at the highest level. That is not your intuition. That is not your essence. That's not your guides. Any of this assisting you. That comes from the mind and the old trainings of worry thought. So that's one of the ways to understand it's not your intuition. But it's so fun where it comes in different ways and it swirls through the brain. It's showing how we take it upstairs and start really monkeying with it is what I'm getting. And that's why it's swirling. instead of saying, oh, I see this potential, and this potential. Let me sit with the one that feels the best to me right now and see how I will apply that in my life. And then go with the next and see, how you would apply it, what you see the outcome will be. Every time we're doing any of this thought, this speaking, these actions, we're projecting an energy forward. And so it allows us to step up into it. So that's why I say is see how you would apply it and what would the outcome be. And then add feeling and emotion to it. But it is also a way to start hearing yourself and trusting that you know there's many potentials, many ways of doing one thing, and you have choice. What choice do you want to take? What feels best in your heart? That's the one thing I like to ask myself is, which feels best in my heart? Well, and that's true. Which is more fun? I'm glad you said that because so many people get so serious about this. Again, when we get into all of that seriousness, we're into human thought and applying, all of our old trainings and patterns to it, what we've been told. And we forget that we're here to have fun. And one of the things my group has told people forever is the more joy, love, and laughter that you have and apply, the quicker you move forward on your spiritual path. It isn't hard work. We make it hard work. Nancy, and everybody else, but I just happen to be looking at Nancy, and it'd be really fun if all of you were right there too, is every time I've taken a huge step forward, it's been in laughter, it's been in fun, it's been in joy. It isn't that that's the way it happens each and every time, but that's one of the ways that carries me forward so much. And it's remembering we're here to enjoy our lives. So.
Really?
Really? Yeah. Well, look at this. Who would have thought? And this just, this by being on Facebook Live, it was an idea and putting it forward going, what the heck? Let's just do this. And it's fun. And everybody's interacting. And so we keep it lighthearted. We keep it fun. We take out our message and we receive our information. And it's just joy.
Wonderful. Thank you. So let's move forward to some questions. Trish is going to be having a somewhat minor surgery soon and wondering how it will turn out.
Oh, Trish, I do not see any problems with your surgery whatsoever, but it does say allow yourself to rest afterwards. It's as if you go through the surgery and try to push yourself forward and up and doing right away. Your body's wanting a little bit of a break. This allows it, and you can give yourself a break other than having an injury or having to have a surgery. So this is to give you some downtime. Let yourself receive. Let people wait on you for a while, and enjoy it. So that's what I got there.
Super. Yes. I like letting people wait on you.
That's one of the biggest challenges for a lot of us, myself included. And so it's like, really? I'm supposed to be doing for everybody else. But no, it's that balance of give and receive.
And it's time to receive for Trish.
Yes, it is.
Good.
So, yes.
All right. We have a long one from Shay. He says, I'm controlling and not willing to let him be him, but I've been where he is and he thinks he's very powerful and he doesn't give what I offered a chance to help see things in a different way. I feel spirit really strongly with him, guide me to take a chance, but I just don't know. There's not any periods in this.
Yeah. Well, basically what this particular question is Shay has met somebody and he's not accepting what she knows. And
Okay.
Shay is this amazing light worker. I love Shay. I love many people. Yet, what I found so interesting about this question is the fact that it's not accepting him as he is. It's like, yes, you've been in his place. So what is that mirroring for you? What is the judgment that's there for you? And let's remember unconditional love on both parts. Oh, you love somebody, you love them without condition. It isn't to be a projection of who you are and what you know. You're bringing information to them, they're absorbing it, and allow them to apply it in the way that works best in their lives. Yet, they're bringing information to you also. And so if we look at this, and it's what is that information and how to apply it in your own life, personal growth is amazing. My late husband had nothing to do with my work. I mean, as a matter of fact, he kind of did this to it. And I would get frustrated because I'd be thinking, gosh, look how open and wonderful my life is, and your life could be like that. Well, that wasn't his journey. That wasn't his journey at all. And but it was a reminder to me to love him as he is or was. And that's the same thing, Shay. You don't have to go backwards for this person because there is the worry that somehow this will hold you back. It reminds us to be who we are in every relationship. There's a purpose to it. So let go of the worry about where he's at and where you are. Continue your journey in the beautiful light and understanding of life you are, and let that move out from you. He's connected to it, or you two would not be together. Yet see any message, I get there's a fear of being taken backwards. Sweetheart, is the time that you have been and have become, there is none that can pull you backwards. It is only to allow yourself to shine and let your light be seen. It isn't that the two of you do not love the other, for you do. Yet each of you are in a pocket of fear. Each of you are walking out. If you look at each other and love according to what you see, and that means acceptance, you will find the relationship does quite well. And that's the message they have. We're here to remember unconditional love, beginning with ourselves. So, how do you have unconditional love, but to love without conditions? Zoe's different. So are you. So am I. So there we go.
I think that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Great.
Well, you're welcome. So
thank you, Shay, for the question. And yeah.
I love these questions that have us think.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They take us into that dipper. How about going with the word deeper thought process?
Well, and in unconditional love, we talk about it so much, we don't really talk about or think about what it means without condition.
Well, and many of us have animals, and dogs are notorious for loving you without condition.
No, that's not true. Biscuits.
Yeah, biscuits help. Yeah, if maybe they love biscuits without condition.
There you
go. The rest of us, we have to be holding that biscuit. Oh.
But anyway, unconditional love, we forget what that means.
Yes.
And you said something to Shay. I just want to belabor this, I guess. You said something about the purpose of the relationship, or the purpose of the question. And it just hit me that part of a purpose of a relationship is to ask these questions and to get the learnings and to get the answers and so.
It's true. So many people believe this idea of a soulmate is this person that's all lovey-dovey and all complimentary to you.
And we believe the same things and we think the same things, and yeah.
No, our soulmate And it may be in a spouse, a lover, whatever, or it may be somebody else or something else. Is that person or that thing that pushes our buttons, the one that really creates that opening for growth. That's the challenges. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off on a little tangent here for a moment. Don't you just love it that we all have this idea that something comes in, soulmate, twin flame, fire sparks, who knows? And we wrap all of this earthly, romantic thought around it. And it isn't to say you don't find that heart connection, that love, yet can we just free up a little bit from all of the old beliefs on romance that we've been spoon-fed? Oh, there's some nervousness going on. I mean, we have our partners that we love, and we have great and wondrous times with them, and we grow and we're compatible, but then there's days we just don't like them. And guess what? They don't like us either. And it's okay. It's part of the process. So we aren't always 100% in sync or compatible. We might get irritated with each other, but that's part of that connection. So it's kind of bringing that true romance that a lot of females, the fairy tales that were fed, but it's what we attach to this idea. And I believe in romance, and I believe in partnerships, and I know everybody, we have them and they're great and wonderful. Yet when we hang all of that old belief on them, we kind of weight it down and we don't allow it to be its full potential. Does that make sense?
And there's got to be something in there about independence.
Yes. Being who you are, allowing yourself to be the individual life form that you have chosen to be, allowing yourself to be the character you are, and it just moving and growing. And it is growing in so many levels. So.
Great, thank you. Denise has a boyfriend question as well, but it's her boyfriend has a medical issue. They say there is no solution. My gut says different. What can I do to help him? Will he recover enough to continue working?
I get at this time it isn't that he will work right away. It does feel like he has a choice to choose healing. How to assist him is seeing him perfectly whole and healthy. And seeing him, oh my goodness, there's something shut down in his throat area, and that's an old voice. When we are able to go inside and look at our issues and move through our inner shadows and those parts we separated from and do what's called the healing process, that has the potential of making our bodies whole and healthy again. And so that's one of the things. And I love that you're not giving up on this because, one, you never know with modern science with what they're going to come up with next. But two, we have spirit. We have our essence. And there are what people call miraculous healings. There's healers known such as John of God. And one of the things that's come back into my personal field is... Richard Bach wrote another book called Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Student. And it is a real life, true story. He had a plane crash and it had the potential of killing him. And he dipped down to this, but he's a very spiritual person. And one of the things that stood out to me as a sentence that's in this book. And I put it out on a picture that I took in Lake Tahoe the other day, out to the email group. And that is, you are a perfect expression of perfect love here and now. Now, when we remember a perfection, that has the ability of taking us past the limitations of our physical selves. yet there was more to it for him, is you are a perfect expression of perfect love here and now. There is no permanent injury, only perfect healing. Put that up where you can see that, where your boyfriend can see it, and hold that affirmation and then feel the light enter the body. And that's a lot of it. Meditation will help with your boyfriend, moving into the shadow parts that he's shut down, and the old emotional traumas will help immensely. So.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try and remember to take that the picture that you did with the quote and stick it on Facebook.
Okay.
I was going to do that when I sent it in the email, and I spaced it. So
that's okay. It all is in divine timing. So.
Oh my, another health question from Juliana. Her mom this time has mild health concerns at 76. She's relocating from Arizona to Oregon, where Juliana lives. Home selling season for small hacienda on 2 acres has not yet hit in that small town. So anyone listening that wants a 2 acres in Wickenburg, Arizona, here we go. They've had lookers but no takers. Can you shed some light on the timing of when the right person will show up? We are excited about finally living in the same town again. We are more concerned about driving mountain passes in bad weather, less concerned about her finding the right house here. So thank you. And actually, it's not a health issue. It's a real estate issue. So yes. Go for it, real estate guru.
First of all, it feels very good. It just shows her having shut the door, turned the lock, and she's done with all of this. And this is good because her heart's already here next to you. And that's even better. Let's bring some light into this property and let's illuminate it so it's seen. And it does feel like it sells rather quickly, and remember, we have the potential of slowing it down or speeding it up. Nothing's written in stone by our belief systems, but it does show a couple in it. And I see 2 people. They feel a little bit mature. I'd say elderly, but that's kind of where I'm at. So, hey, we're going to go with mature. And I'm seeing towards the end of this year, beginning of next. Really feels like November-ish is great for selling this property. There will be some negotiations that will occur, and she might go down just a few $1,000s, but it's all good, and it allows her to be freed up to come there. What's even more fun, as this is leaving her, it does highlight this beautiful little home that she is going to choose to live in, and it's suiting her even more than the home she left. So this is perfect. So look at, and again, you can speed this up, you can slow it down. It's just waiting for the other 2 to be ready for it. Just send them a message. It's open. It's now. And it feels like the keys are passed off. So. And Juliana knows how to manifest. That girl, I could take lessons in manifesting from Juliana. Mwah, I love you, darling. Anyway.
Great. And we had a comment from Julie. She can start the moving process by moving the bulk of her belongings into storage temporarily. Even better if she doesn't have house payments at the old place. Yeah.
Those pod things, I love those. Those have been really catching my attention. I may put everything in storage and live in one too. No, just kidding. It's fun. They just put them on the back of a truck and carry around.
I think they're cheaper than those mini houses, aren't they? Those tiny houses.
Yeah, those mini houses.
Tiny houses.
Years ago, my nephew, we're talking like 10, 12 years ago, and says, hey, I want to do little tiny homes. Will anybody help me, back me? And my late husband, who was in the, contractor sales in a lumber yard, and he did all this stuff for me. Oh, that's silly. Nobody's ever going to do those. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't catch that one, did you, kiddo?
No, what used to be $3,000 to $5,000 is now $20,000 to $60,000 or
they're
more.
Way more than that. They're way more. Than that.
Well, I don't look at them anymore. That's the last prices I look at.
All right, now here's one, and I've never heard of this before. Kathy asked, "Is Nibiru,
Nibiru? I
Nibiru
believe it's Nibiru.
really lurking
Could
out there? And does it really due to is it really due to cross Gaia's path soon, bringing a tail of debris that bombards our beautiful planet?"
Okay. You know, these are the questions that really bring us into deep thought about our ability to create. Is we are, there's all these are potentials. Sure, it's lurking out there, yet will we attract it all the way in? Not by shifting conscious thought. We've had prophecies for eons that are talking about the destruction of Earth. As a friend of mine that I was just visiting brought up a gentleman that prophesies that there's going to be great floods and fires and California's going to break off into the ocean. Well, that was supposed to happen like 30 years ago. By applying conscious thought, raising the vibration, we choose a different pathway. And, one of the things that I did pick up in this, from Kathy, I believe the name is, I don't hold names well when it's a question, and I'm up in this space, is there are times that when this type of information or something on this order comes in and it really catches your attention, it's because there's a past life connection to it. So instead of looking at and worrying about, and because that energy is going out and it's attaching to Nibiru or whatever the doom and gloom prophecy is, raise your energy higher. Earth is spectacular. Everything doesn't go according to the idea of mankind's belief systems or humankind. Yet you are here to remember to glow with the light and see a higher potential. See the idea of humankind changing the perception and viewpoints they are in now, moving past the idea of the fear-based belief systems and seeing it just beautiful and lovely and carefree and held in the planetary aspects of all life. Okay, the words are a little hesitant there, and I've found anytime the channeling comes in and it's hesitant is because it's breaking through the old filters around other people. So when we move away from Nibiru or whatever prophecy, Notre Dame has been known for many, many ideas of issues and problems on Earth. And then when something comes up, everybody goes, "Oh, look at that. See, I read about that. It's true." And they attach all that fear into it. Well, you're assisting creating exactly what you don't want. And so instead saying, "Oh, what does this represent? Let me see it in a better way." We have the ability to nullify that experience. And many of the experiences that had the idea of destruction on Earth through the thought shifting on a conscious level have been nullified. What do you want to live in? The grace and good of humanity in all life. The beauty and the light of all life. Planet Earth is thriving. Humankind is shifting, are opening as they bring in the essence of who they are. Destruction only if you choose to be destroyed. Yet that is not the choice of humanity in this particular life experience. Notice how soft and beautiful everything has gotten. It wakes the knowledge bases that are alive and well inside of each and every self that's there listening. It is only a shift in conscious awareness. No, you do not have to experience that. Why would you want to? You already have in another lifetime. That's what they have to say. There's tingles going on. Love, love, love it.
Great, great. We had a couple of last minute questions, Cherry, that came in this morning, but we're already at 30 minutes.
Gosh, are they quick, easy questions, or I guess
We've got another moving question from Julia. My mother and will we both move successfully within the next couple of months?
when you put it out there, what's successful? Ask yourself what it is successful, but also see yourself doing it. If that's what your big choice in life is to do, is do it. Right now, I see both of you dragging your feet. So ask why you're dragging your feet, why you're looking at the idea that there could be hardships in this. Ask what divine timing is. But I do get that both of you do move, but it feels like there's a little more of a 4-month period, a little bit of a time lag on this.
Well, she said planning and executing a dual long distance move is quite the experience. And
let it be a fun experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. If you worry about it, you attract all of those obstacles. Let it be a fun experience. Put it out there. You do this easily and effortlessly. And yes, you can't make your mother think like that. All of a sudden it's like, I can do that, but Mom, you just send her the message. Just send her the message. It moves easily and effortlessly.
See her having fun with it.
Yes. This is something you two want to do. So let it be joyful. And then the next question.
She was curious about a valuable hobby for her to consider, a hobby or avocation, this is Callie, that would add value, a sense of purpose, and fun.
Honey, what are you interested in? Go put your finger in a couple of different pies. Try choice. Jump out and just do some things that attract to you. Everything adds value to your life. One of the things that really gets me is people will say, well, I don't want to do that and have it waste my time. There is no waste of time. You've had an experience. The only way to find out which one is the one you want to do is to try the ones that feel good to you. Take the chance. 2 weeks out of your life go, yuck, I don't like that, or 2 weeks out of your life and going, yes, I found it. Give yourself permission to do. That's the key right there. Just permission to do. And let it be fun.
So fun is our word for the day.
Yes, let it be fun. Let's get out of this hard work thing. We've been there for a while.
Well, we're taught to hard. It's hard.
Yes, and the more we say it's hard, there it is. And this is one of the things, I'm going to take a few minutes and then we'll say goodbye. Our words are hugely important. When we use that word hard, guess what? You just anchored it in. Let's move the word hard to a challenge. Challenge carries momentum. The word carries an energy that's going. It was a challenge to come down the birth canal. It was a challenge to take your first breath. It was a challenge to eat the first time.
Or an adventure.
And adventure, all of it, yes. But, you didn't just do it. Well, maybe somebody did. But walking, your first day at school, yet you came through it. And so when we use that, challenge, adventure, this is something new. It doesn't mean it has to be bad. But when you catch yourself saying hard, let's unanchor it and use a word that has momentum. So, it's a challenge. You're learning something. You're coming into information about yourself you didn't know before. Well, that's just fun in itself. And with that, folks, put your questions up for next week under the banner that will be out on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm going to promote the book again. Wisdom of the Ancients, a manuscript of life essentials. It's channeled by me, and it has an energy that packs a powerful punch. So I have copies if you'd like one, and just order. And I thought I'd put it out there because right now that's the energy that is very beneficial. That's part of the energy that is so beneficial for our movement. Anyway.
Okay,
Have
and
a
Sherry,
great
I just put on top of the screen that if people want more in-depth information from you and want to work with you, they can go to the website cherrydivine.com/services and find the link to sign up on your square calendar.
Oh, I love it. I love the square calendar. And here's something here is remember, we can only skim the surface of everything, or I can only, I guess there's a group of us. The in-depth or super personal questions, this is not the format for it. And let yourself get a better understanding and a deeper understanding. So yes, if it isn't with me, then who are you attracted to? But I do sessions with many, many people.
Excellent. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been a great session, great show, and we'll see you again next week.
There we go. Bye-bye, everybody.